Hi everyone, this is Tyler here again with Woodland Frenchies, and today we have an awesome video, guys, for all you guys possibly looking into breeding or getting into that, or if you have a female Frenchton or French Bulldog and you're kind of wondering how would I go about that, or what do I need to know in order to breed my French Bulldog or Frenchton. So we're going to help you out with that. We also have Princess here, one of our female Frenchtons, her Blue Merle Frenchtons. She's a 50-50. Mom was a Boston Terrier and Dad was a French Bulldog, so we have her to help us out today. So yeah, again, we have different questions asking about the whole process, parts of it. So we're going to kind of today's video go over the whole process, starting from picking out a puppy or a female that you potentially want to breed, all the way to when your puppy would be giving birth. So let's start at the beginning. Yeah, good girl. So whenever you're looking for a puppy, obviously you want to find a healthy puppy, one that has good conformation, and one that's obviously has good personality and everything like that, because you want to be a good pet as well. But one other thing to maybe ask your breeder about is whether your female or the mom of your puppy gave birth naturally, which means they were free-whelped, or if they had to do a C-section, which you had to take into the vet to have the puppies surgically removed. So if that's the case, let's just say your mom was free-whelped of your puppy, then your female possibly could as well do free-whelping, which means giving natural birth, which would obviously save you some money and not have to pay for the C-section. And it's just, you get to experience that whole thing and be a part of that naturally, which is a great thing. We try to do that as much as possible here, but obviously based on the females, let's just say they have a finer feature, kind of like Princess here, she should hopefully have a natural birth because of her finer features, smaller head, slender body, that type of thing. Now if you get a Frenchton that's more bulkier, maybe the belly is bigger and just all that, then it's going to be a little bit tougher with the bigger head especially. So that's something to consider. There's no problem doing a C-section, but this is just kind of hopefully helping you kind of decide that and hope you understand to determine if you're going to need to do natural birth or if you're going to need a C-section. And we're going to talk at the end of this video, guys, like explaining how do you know that your female is now ready to give birth. We're going to go over those three things at the end of the video, but we're kind of starting at the beginning here. So yeah, we first now just helped you kind of decide on the puppy. The next thing would be to definitely wait for that first cycle. So your female will come in heat. You want to wait to actually breed her till her second cycle. So that's a big tip to do for sure, to make sure she gets her strength and goes through that process for the first time. And then once she is ready at that second process or second cycle, now you gotta kind of determine which male should I use. How am I gonna do this? Should I use a French Bulldog? Should I use a Frenchton? All those different things. So, say you're trying to breed a Frenchton, you could do a Frenchton with a Frenchton, and those should most likely have a natural whelp or natural birth. Or you could do a Frenchton female to breed with a French Bulldog. Say you want to try to get those, more of a stocky puppy based on conformation and everything like that. So you're gonna have to determine, how you're gonna do that. Would be the next step there. And so you should plan that ahead before she is on her cycle. So then kind of let's just say you have that all planned out, you have the male ready, and you're ready. Once she does come into cycle, you're ready for her to then go ahead and breed. So what you want to do there is, so now you got the question, now should I do AI or can I do natural like breeding, or the male would actually mount on the female obviously. So to help with determining that, first off, if this is your stud dog, this might help you, but say you're working with a breeder and you're using their stud services, they can help you with this question. But to help you out, let's just say you have a male Frenchie and a female Frenchton, you're going to determine, well, do I need to do AI or can I do this naturally? Well, if you're using a French Bulldog, because of its mass, bigger belly, it's not going to be able to attach during that process, so you're most likely going to have to AI. There are some French Bulldogs that you could do naturally, but most likely not. Now, if you're going to breed with a Frenchton and it has a little bit slender body, it could definitely attach that way and do a natural birth. So what you want to do is either do a pedestrian test with your female to really get an exact date when she will be at her highest point. you're going to want to do it once, and then you're going to want to do it a second time to make sure that she does get pregnant on that. And the same goes with, you're going to do a natural mount or with your stud dog. You're going to do it one time and then do it again just to make sure that she will get pregnant, if that's what you're trying to do, is have puppies. So then from there, now we're going to, let's just say your female is impregnated. So now you're going to have, okay, from now until 63 days max is normally how long it's going to take from that second breeding cycle or that you did with the stud. It should be 63 days from then is kind of when you should be expecting puppies. It could be sooner, but 63 max is kind of normally how we look at it. Normally for us, it's 61 days after the second breeding cycle or second breeding process there. And we do, again, do AI or we do natural, just depending on the male and female and so forth. So now we're gonna talk about the first 20 to 25 days with your female, because now you're gonna wonder, okay, hopefully my female is pregnant. You're gonna wanna, what should I be noticing now to make sure that she is pregnant? Because trust me, sometimes it doesn't happen and you're gonna wanna, you might get a little anxious. So from 20 to 25 days, you should be seeing that the nipples should be going a little bit out and to the side. From the 20 to 25 days is what you should be looking for there. So definitely keep an eye on the nipples at the first 20 to 25 days. And from 20 to 30, you can definitely kind of sometimes start noticing that the belly will be filling up at that time from 20 to 30 days. And then really, I mean, sometimes you don't even notice till up to the 45 days mark is when her belly will start to really start filling up. And throughout all this time, guys, you want to still be making sure that the female is getting enough exercise. That can help with a natural birth. If a female is just in a pen all day, obviously that is going to help. That does not help. That's not a good thing, first of all. But second of all, that's going to really help with possibly giving her a natural birth and not having a C-section, getting enough exercise and staying nice and healthy and strong to do that. So 45 days, you really should start noticing, guys, if her belly should start filling up for that time. So once you start seeing that, then around the final, let's just say she's gonna give birth at 63 days after the second breedings, then 2 weeks before that 63 days, that's really when the puppies are gonna really start. They say the last 2 weeks, that's when they really start doubling in size inside mama. So at the beginning, she might not look like she's that pregnant. You might think maybe she has 1 or 2 pups, but give her that last 2 weeks before she actually gives birth, those puppies are going to double in size inside her belly. All right, girly. So obviously, Princess, we have not had a litter with her yet. We are very excited to down the road. But other than that, right now, she's just a great mama, or great girl, great puppy, pet, and just doing really good. So now we talk from day 0, now we're at 63 days. Now the next thing, guys, that we're gonna talk about is how do you tell when the female is in labor? As Princess is seeing our little kitty behind us walking around. So how do you know? Well, let's just say it's day 60. Like, how am I gonna know when she's gonna have her pups or when go into labor to make sure that she's gonna have a smooth process and everything? Well, there's 3 tips I can help you with on that, guys. First off, you want to make sure that you have a nice whelping area and move her into that about a week or 2 before she's gonna have labor, guys. So have a nice carpet, we like to do a nice little box just to make sure she has a nice little nesting area and to know that she is secure, nothing's gonna be able to come in there, and obviously needs a well-heated place for that. So have that ready. We put a nice carpet in there, which I'll get to tip number 3 on that, why we do that, and just make sure she feels comfortable during that time. So tip number 1, guys, is to check the temperature. So once her temperature goes below 99, that's when we typically say, okay, she is going into labor. So you got a tip for also checking temperature is make sure, say that final week, you're checking her temperature where you stick it up her butt. I would do that consistently. Let's just say at 7 p.m. at night for the last week. That way, you get the variables are the same as far as checking her temperature. Let's say 7 p.m. at night throughout the last week. So do that, and once it starts getting closer to 61 days, you might want to check every hour, because out of nowhere, that temperature could drop right below 99, and that's when you know, guys, and so forth. So checking the temperature. And then tip number 2 would be, again, we put a carpet, nice carpet with the mama in her nesting area, whelping area. And another thing that you'll see, tip number 2, is that she's going to start scratching that carpet, and it's going to kind of get all torn up. And we like to do that that gives us a clear sign that she's ready to go. So I don't mean to hit the microphone. Clear sign that she's ready to go in labor. So that's good for that. So having a carpet in there is good. And then tip number 3 is she will not be eating. So once she is in the labor, she will not be eating, guys, and that is a sure sign for sure that she is going into labor. But one thing you got to remember too is that first off, I forgot to mention this, 2 weeks before she's ready to have her puppies, we switch her over to a higher protein food, where it's basically a high protein puppy food. That way she can continue to have the milk necessary to produce once she has her pups. But sometimes a female could stop eating like a week or 2 before, and really what she's doing is, she's really not she's not having her pups. You just need to keep on giving her. Sometimes we give her a wet food as well to help her keep eating, because that is very important. You do not want your female to not eat 2 weeks before she's ready to be due, because that could definitely harm the puppies, guys. So continuously make sure she's eating until it's up to that close due date when she is ready to have the pups. So tip 1 is check the temperature. Tip 2 is if she's scratching the carpet and there's kind of a mess, that's when you know because she's feeling kind of tense and distracted. Tip 3 is if she stops eating close to that due date time. So that's how you know that she is going into labor. Yeah, good puppy. And that when it gets close to 61 days, just constantly check her temperature, maybe every hour or 2, for sure to do that. So now you have those 3 things taken care of. So now you're going to determine, okay, so once she is in labor, is she going to give a natural birth, or is she going to do a C-section? And for us, it just kind of comes naturally now. We kind of know from previous litters. If it's her first time though, we look at the previous mom. Did she have it naturally? We look at how the body style is of her. And if we know it's with a French Bulldog, stocky male, most likely we're going to have to do a C-section. And other times you can kind of look into the female's eyes and just tell she's in pain. They're not coming out. We got to go to the vet and take care of that. So definitely look at the eyes, kind of also just see if she's in pain at all, and then go ahead and take her to the vet if she needs a C-section. Yeah. So once you have your puppies, it's just so important to make sure that they get their first milk feeding, guys. Have them right on the mama and just help them get that first milk. That's so important. That's going to start their next 8 weeks until they find their new homes. It's just the most important first step is to make sure that they get their milk. And we're going to have next some more videos kind of explaining, once the puppies are born, how to take care of them, different things in the future. But today's video, I wanted to share basically how to breed a Frenchton or French Bulldog, and kind of the steps from choosing the puppy all the way to once the puppies are born in today's video. I know it was a long video, a lot of me talking, and I hope this was helpful for a lot of people. Obviously if you're just looking to buy a puppy, you might not need this information, but I know there's been a lot of requests for that, guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, you're still with us at this time, hit that subscribe button after this and be a part of our community here at Woodland Frenchies. Thanks and have a great day.